We're now going to move on to mission 9, the movie set. For this mission, we're going to be in very near the same part of the field that we were for the rolling camera, almost all the way down to the south wall, so just north of there. To set this mission up, we're going to have a couple of things to check for. There's a piece of string that needs to be extended, and we want the camera and the boat on their markings. And the key piece for the boat is there is a mango beam that is called out specifically here that's going to cycle through several positions. We want to make sure that when we start the mission that it's all the way down. So switching over to our field view, we can see that we are in very near the same position. So there's this white pedestal piece that is kind of where you feed the string through. On the mat, there's this ring piece outline that the camera is going to sit in, just like that. Over on the other side, there is another outline here that the boat is going to sit in, and there's a thick black line here that'll be referenced. Now, on the boat itself, you can see as I move it, there's this beam piece that cycles up and down, and there's the fully, let's see if I can get it back. There is the fully up position, there's the middle position, and there's the down position. It needs to be fully down when you place it in its section of the field. So make sure that beam is down, and that's something you can ask the referees to check for you when you get to your mat at the competition, and you want to make sure that that's all the way there. So there's not a lot of slack in the string, so you want to make sure that you have it set up consistently and practice with that. So that is how to set up for mission 9. Let's flip back and see how we can actually score mission 9. So looking here for the movie set, there's 2 pieces to score, so you can actually get up to 20 points here. If the boat is touching the mat, so the boat has to be touching the mat. You can't be resting it on equipment or on another mission model. It needs to be on the mat and completely past the black scene line. So on this view, we can see that line a little bit better. It's right here at the start of the boat. So again, there's the north side of the table. Here's the south side of the table. This line's right here. We're saying we want the boat to be completely to the west of that line, completely to the left of it. This would not meet the scoring criteria because part of the boat is over the line still. If we come out to here, then we meet the scoring criteria because we are completely past that line. And the boat doesn't have to be upright. It could be on its side. It could be at some weird angle. The only criteria is that it is touching the mat and it is completely to the left, or rather to the west of the black scene line. So that's the first way to score in this mission. The second way to score in this mission relates to the camera specifically. And so for the camera, we're looking for the camera target area. So if I look on this mat, we can see here's where the camera starts, and then there's this film strip that's running over on the mat. And this last rectangle on the film strip is our camera target area. And for this, all we want is we want the camera to be partially in the camera target area. So that, as it's drawn, as it's laid out on my field, that meets the criteria because the camera includes the loop. So we'll flip back to the document real quick so we can see that. This first blue line says that the camera does include the loop, but it does not include the string. So if I were to reposition my model to look like this, this does not score because the string is not part of the camera. This scores, this scores, this scores. Anything to get the camera, which does include the loop, in that rectangle scores those 10 points. And you can get both, you can get just one, or you can get neither, it doesn't matter. So for this mission, mission 9, you can score up to 20 points. And you might have noticed when I was moving the boat, and we'll bring out the boat again just so we can see it, that up and down motion does cause the boat sometimes to move a little bit more than you're pushing it to. So it's not like a typical like truck or car model that we've had in the past where you can pretty easily push it to a position. This mango beam that goes up and down can cause some additional motion after you release it. So pay attention to that when you're planning for this mission. And remember, you can score up to 20 points in mission 9.